I will not politicize that office. I will not target people simply because of their political affiliation. Justice will be administered even-handedly throughout this country. Senator, we've got to bring this country back together. We've got to move forward, or we're going to lose our country. I will fight every day to restore confidence and integrity to the Department of Justice and each of its components. The partisanship, the weaponization will be gone. America will have one tier of justice for all.
President Trump returns to office with an unmistakable mandate from the voters. They want a strong America engaged in the world, but guided by a clear objective: to promote peace abroad and security and prosperity here at home. That is the promise that President Trump was elected to keep. And if I am confirmed, keeping that promise will be the core mission of the United States Department of State. President Trump has appointed an ambassador nominee for NATO, which clearly indicates his role to engage in that. Second is the law is what it is. Obviously, as you've mentioned, I was a co-sponsor of the law, and so it's tough to say I'm not in support of a law that I hope to pass, and that I think it's an important role for Congress to play, because frankly, it's not just about the withdrawal piece of it, it's the contributions we make towards the power of the purse still resides with the Congress. Now maybe, as if confirmed, moving towards the executive branch, I'll become I'll forget that lesson a little bit. I hope not. But ultimately, I still recognize and understand that the power of the purse is with Congress, and it's an incredibly important power. What Vladimir Putin has done is unacceptable. There's no doubt about it. But this war has to end. And I think it should be the official policy of the United States that we want to see it end. Now, what that master plan looks like it's going to be hard work. This is not going to be an easy endeavor. But it's going to require bold diplomacy. And my hope is that it could begin with some ceasefire. And we're going to have, in order to achieve objectives like the one that needs to occur in Ukraine, it is important for everyone to be realistic. There will have to be concessions made by the Russian Federation, but also by the Ukrainians, and the United States has lent itself there. It's also important that there be some balance on both sides. In essence, it will be difficult to achieve this objective of a ceasefire and ultimately a peace settlement unless both sides have leverage.
Today we face what may be the most challenging national security environment in our nation's history. The Chinese Communist Party remains committed to dominating the world economically, militarily, and technologically. Transnational criminal organizations are flooding American communities with violence and deadly narcotics. The Russia-Ukraine war wages on, spreading devastation and increasing the risk of the United States being pulled into a conflict with a nuclear power. I think one of the reasons that I have this opportunity for you all to consider me for confirmation is because President Trump knows and wants me to lead with integrity, wants me to carry out the duties of the CIA as a director, to follow the law and authorities as far as it will go and no further to protect America's national security interests.
I think that confidence that he has in you is an important asset. I just suggest rebuilding his confidence in the community is an important task.
You know, we go back to one of the worst incidents in our nation's history, 9/11. It was a failure of communication. We had the intelligence, we just weren't sharing it with each other in a way that would prevent that. And you brought up COVID, and is the more recent example where maybe as many as 25 million people die worldwide, and at least 1 million Americans as a result of that. And one of the things when I came in as DNI, to your point, was I was surprised at the lack of coordination between, for instance, the intelligence community and health agencies like the CDC and the NIH, and the ability to, the channels were not open to share information like you're talking about. So many of these things can be, if not prevented, mitigated quickly if we're communicating and sharing intelligence better.
I'll work with Congress and the FAA to restore global confidence in Boeing and to ensure that our skies are safe. Boeing is it's a national security issue. Boeing is the largest exporter of American product, incredibly important. In one of my meetings, someone said, though, they need tough love, which is what they do need.
And I think when it comes to night flying, when it comes to flying over people's personal homes, certainly when it comes to sensitive, critical infrastructure, military installations, others, I think there just needs to be a tightening up here. And I think that that's something we can do in a bipartisan way.
And we need transparency. I mean,
That'd be
again,
great.
What's happening, who's flying? And so, but again, I think there's a lot of work to do on the rulemaking front here, and I would welcome partnering with you to do that.
It is truly an honor to appear before this committee as President-elect Trump's nominee for Secretary of Energy. I am humbled by the great responsibility this position holds.
This is why today's hearing is, I think, so important. The Department of Energy's responsibilities are vast, maintaining our nuclear stockpile, fostering innovation through research and development.
We don't need to blow our legs off so China or India can dominate in so many different ways. Absolutely, today we need to solve the whole.
Lila lived in a home that's been burned down. Are you all going to ask any questions or a softball on the climate of this entire...
Technology really is the key for growing our energy future, for both growing more abundance to better lives.
The climate crisis is here. LA is burning. It is because of fossil fuel companies and big oil billionaires. People are...
The committee will stand in recess until the Capitol Police can restore order in the committee. Committee will be in order. Committee will be in order.